Hi folks, Brian here. It's Sunday, February 16, 2025. You have lots to choose from on the internet, YouTube, on who to listen to as for their reasoning for the situation around Santorini. Now, a scientist's mind should be open to all possibilities. And to say it's only one way and not the other, for example, it is only tectonic events without elaborating why it cannot be magmatic. And also to say in the past, this should not affect tourists. Tourists should still be able to go there. Is questions one's reasoning and judgment. So yes, now when you have friction, tension, energy building up between fault lines, yeah, you're going to have earthquakes. Of course you are. Where is the energy coming from? The situation around Santorini, from somebody who says it's only a tectonic event. How does this explain earthquake swarms 400 kilometers to the north around Mount Athos, Greece? How does this explain an earthquake swarm 400 kilometers to the west in the Ionian Sea? How does this explain an increase in seismic activity in southern Italy to include deep earthquakes where they normally don't have deep earthquakes below the land, not the Tyrrhenian Sea? And how does this explain a sudden uptick in seismic activity around Campo Flegreo? What's the common denominator here? They're all friggin' volcanoes. To say it is absolutely not a magmatic source is now, some people, because they went to college, university, and they have their degrees and diplomas, they will not accept pseudoscience or anybody else's explanation. How do you explain volcanic gases now found in the waters around Santorini? Hey, I'm not a geophysicist. I didn't go to university. Who am I? But you cannot push only one narrative because that's what your training tells you to do. As for earthquake swarms, it appears to be easy. There are not as many as there used to be around Santorini. Let's talk about earthquake swarms. About a year plus ago, there were 10,000 earthquakes on the north side of Iceland. Not Grindavik, that's south. North side, 10,000 in a 1 week period. Nothing happened. Maybe it was a large magmatic body moving underneath Iceland. Last year, there was a large earthquake swarm around the major volcano, I don't remember its name, in Colombia. Everybody was absolutely sure. They were stating there was going to be a major volcanic eruptions, VEI 6. At least nothing happened. Last year, there was a seismic swarm south of Salton Sea, Southern California. Absolutely sure there was going to be a major earthquake. Nothing happened. This is why I don't like doing predictions. And yet today, the most common area to have deep earthquakes is below Fiji. More than anywhere else on the planet, it's always Fiji. It's not uncommon to have 1, 2, maybe 3 deep earthquake events in a short period of time, but 9+ deep earthquakes in less than 24 hours should be noted. What is the antipode? So each one of those deep earthquakes does not meet the magnitude parameters, but combine all that energy together, 9 deep earthquakes. Combine the energy. Then, my theory, that's enough energy to create an antipode. What is the antipode? The middle of West Africa, Mali region. Never a response there. That energy is going to look for a point of least resistance to break through. the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, Cabo Verde volcanic islands, Canary Islands, Mediterranean, and I will show after this video the Congo. There's a massive volcanic eruption happening right now, just looking at the SO2 maps. I'll show you later. Why did I start this video? Oh, yeah. From a scientific standpoint, you cannot be so closed-minded because it's your personal belief. If it's not magmatic in origin, explain why it's not magmatic in origin. Why are all these earthquake swarms all around volcanoes? All of them. So much is happening, I couldn't get my afternoon nap. I'm a bit grumpy. It is, maybe people have their egos. I give you my observations and my opinion. I can back it up. Obviously, there's a global seismic event happening right now, including right in the middle of New Delhi, right smack in the middle, and many other places. I've seen this happen before, folks. You can't be so pinpoint focused on only one area, Mediterranean. You need to step back and look at everything with a wide angle view to see what's happening elsewhere in the world. As I said before, the Earth is changing. The inside of the planet is changing. Things don't happen the way certain people say they used to happen. Deep earthquakes no longer result in larger, shallower earthquakes. I challenge anybody to go past the past 100 earthquakes, deep earthquakes, and show me one that resulted in a larger, shallower earthquake. If true, then there would be an absolute humongous earthquake somewhere around Fiji, Kermadec Trench, Tonga. Maybe an increase in volcanoes going off around there. Maybe Sal is getting closer and closer and closer. Pay attention to what your politicians and other government leaders are doing. Pay attention to sudden shortages on things, like food shortages. They're like little squirrels. They're panicking, gathering up all their nuts to store it away in their deep bunkers. Don't you think that's why all of a sudden we're having these so-called food shortages? Not shortages, recalls, contaminations, this and that. Something in the manufacturing. Oh, we think we've found metal shards and what have you, and on and